Well folks, welcome back to Workshop 2, a Milwaukee nut gun repair. Now this one might be a little bit of a long shot. We're going to see if we can fix this thing up. Now this is the older model, the M18 FHIWF12, the one without the Bluetooth, so this isn't the one version. And thankfully the motor does work, but it ain't turning anything. So there's something going on here. Hopefully we'll be able to do a cheap fix on this. But if it's not a cheap fix, I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be worth fixing. But we're going to try here anyway. I'm hoping we might have some second-hand parts for this. First of all, see what's actually wrong. Well, that's not good for a start. The bolts are sheared off and the housing. Yeah, but I can work with 3. Yeah, that's when you have to open the whole thing. Some of them are like the Makitas on that. You could take off the front bolts and take off the gearbox. That was more the original versions. Now they're sort of hooked onto the housing. Some of them had a little wire on here as well, so don't just yank it out. Yeah, this one does. Let's disconnect this. It's just a wee grounding wire. Now, that side's okay. Could do a wee bit of a clean, but that's working. Problem is this side. The question is now, is what's wrong? They look okay. Same as the last time. Nice easy fix. That's a piece of the steel ball. So there's 2 wee steel balls down in here. That's what's locking the hammer onto the shaft and allows it to actually move up and down and rotate. So whenever this is turning, this whole thing spins. And if the anvil meets resistance, it gets caught in this. This compresses the spring, slips around, and then flings around and hits the anvil again. But it's running up and down in these 2 steel balls. Sometimes one of the balls can fail, literally snap in half, and it just gets jammed up on the side and wedges the hammer onto the shaft here, the drive spindle. So that can be fixed. You just have to compress it all, get out 2 steel balls, clean it a wee bit, make sure all the debris is gone, then get a fresh ball, compress it back down again, and drop the 2 steel balls on. That'll get this thing up and running again for dirt cheap. So this is well worth fixing. Before we press that out, we'll just check instead of here. So it's just worth having a wee look. We'll actually just wash this out just in case, because if one broke, another one could have broke. That steel ball is off the anvil up here. Don't be getting them mixed up. So this old one actually had a needle bearing that was running on. The modern ones now just have literally a nylon washer. This had a steel washer and a needle bearing and another steel washer, and that's where you check. There's more of that ball. That's the rest of it. So you can imagine if you went ahead and swapped this out without washing it out, without checking, and one of these pieces came out, that's just going to foul the whole thing up again, or get down into the gears and destroy the gear teeth. So we'll just wash these things out as well. Actually, we'll just wash the whole thing out just in case. Plus it makes us a wee bit handier to hold. That just shows it always pays to wash them out. Looks clean, looks like you got all the bits out, but once you actually start cleaning it, you can hear more pieces actually drop out and hit the metal tray in the parts washer. You just hear the pings. It might look clean, but it's always worth cleaning it out. Go the extra mile and wash it out. Otherwise, all you're doing is a short-term fix. So another wee piece of steel gets into something, it's going to be broken again in no time. So now we have to just compress this down. So you're going to have to use a vise, or I'm going to use a bearing press here. Get a piece of metal on here like a hollow pipe with two ends cut out, and actually compress this whole thing down and just pick out that wee steel ball down in there. And I'm on the wrong side here. Magnetize the screwdriver, makes it a little bit easier. One steel ball. I'm not even going to take that out of the bearing press, just leave it where it is. Can't even remember the size of the ball we need. 6.6. See if anything's similar. 6.5. Wouldn't make that much of a difference. 0.1 of a mil. You can order it on, obviously. Put the width for a single steel ball. Got a little bit of a waste. This one's even smaller actually. So these are just all out of old smashed up bearings. I'll sometimes just break them every once in a while to get a couple of extra balls. They can be useful for certain jobs. It's looking too big. Right. I'll see if anything else, otherwise I'm going to use that one. Right, just going to go with the 6.5. It's close enough. The problem is with just one, it goes up at an angle and actually just wedges because the spring just pushes it and it snags in one piece and it twists over. It'll sometimes go up, but normally it'll just twist and catch. It sort of needs the two to get it up exactly straight. 6.5 will do in a pinch. 6.6 will be better. It's actually a 1/4 inch bearing. That's what it's actually classed as in the breakdown diagram. You can actually buy that single ball from Milwaukee if you're stuck. Otherwise, 6.5 will do the job. Now, last thing is a bit of grease. Now, I know you might think just load it up with grease and keep it running, but don't be putting too much in. This here is only a hammer width, and it's only rubbing up here. There's nothing it's doing down this side. And a wee bit of grease down in here because there's bearings, and a wee bit on here for these gears. But really, you're not looking at much more. And get a wee bit into this bearing as well because it's open. but don't go just pumping on the grease, because on this side where your armature goes on, there's nothing, no seal, no nothing. It's just this here bearing that goes onto this hole. So you put on too much, that grease is going to come back out this way and just all inside your motor. You only need a little bit. Literally just a coating on these gears. Doesn't need to be swimming on it. It's actually at the front. It's probably the most critical. Get some into this here steel bush. There's a wee track inside of there. Try to squeeze a good lump of it under the track, just to keep the anvil running smooth. So that's one of the first things that dries up. Once that goes dry and grit gets on, it starts to wear out double quick. But you want plenty on the needle bearing itself. More on the actual anvil. If you run your nut gun and she goes up this full speed and it makes a wild burling sort of noise, just a wild growl out of it, generally that's the anvil completely dry. Get some oil or grease up in here, that'll quieten it down. The other big important thing is grease in here, and that little steel ball bearing straight down on here. If you forget that ball bearing and you run this machine without it, what will happen is it will eventually actually crack the whole gearbox head, this aluminium head, because there'll be too much play, and I'll start hammering up here without that ball bearing, and you'll see them just crack the whole way around. Now, I think I might have overemphasized the importance of the grease, so I haven't stuck too much in now. It's actually quite a tight wee fit. Once you put the grease in, there's no room to come back out again. Don't put on too much, otherwise it won't go the whole way down. That should be it. I'll get this back in. Now, that should do the job. I also just wash this out. Not important, but just did it anyway, seeing as we're at it. First thing, this little wire back on. I'm actually glad when they omitted this from the last design, because this is a real torture. It's very easy to install it and remove it. It's also very easy to forget. Now, that should be her. Which one at the broken thread now? And you break the threads of them screws or break the head of the screw off. Generally it breaks back here. It's very difficult to get the old thread back out again, not without replacing the actual plastic housing. That's the one with the broken bit. Can I put that on a wee bit just for aesthetics? That'll probably fall out the hole here for now. Right. I'm sure she works now. Look at that. One Milwaukee nut gun saved with a scrap 6.5mm steel bearing. If it happens to you, dismantle it, clean it, compress that spring, get out the old bits, put on a new steel ball. That's it. That's how you fix your Milwaukee nut gun. If she's running, but it's not turning the anvil, if the anvil's completely free turning, she's jammed up in here. Normally, it's that 6.5mm ball bearing, or 1/4 inch bearing from Milwaukee. Anyway, that's her. As always, folks, if you're liking the videos, make sure to hit that wee like and follow button down the bottom. Until next time, I'll chat to you soon.